Hello students, today we will discuss the scene 5th summary of the play The Hairy Ape. Yang and Long walk down 5th Avenue, Yang's pronunciation of the 5th Avenue in New York City. Somewhere in the 50s, on 5th Avenue, we can see the storefront windows of a furrier and a jeweler. Both stores have outrageously priced items such as monkey fur and diamonds in the windows. Long has brought Yang to Fifth Avenue to seek out Mildred. Long tells Yang that they are trespassers on Fifth Avenue as members of the proletariat. Yang cannot believe how clean the sidewalks are and tells Long he could eat an egg off them. Yang asks Long where all the white collar workers are. Long informs Yang that they are in church and will be out on the streets soon. Yang discloses that he once went to church when he was a kid, although his parents never attended. They made Yang go. Yang also shares that his father worked on the shore in New York and his mother died of the tremens. After his mother died, Yang briefly helped with trucking in the market and then shipped in the stock hold. After waiting a while longer, becomes angry that he sees no one like Mildred on the streets and tells Long he wants to get out of the area, as it is too clean and fancy and gives him pain. Long reminds Yang that he came to get even with Mildred for the incident in the stock hole. Yang bursts, "Sure thing, I do," and tirades about how he will get even. Long tells Yang he has been looking at the whole issue between him and Mildred wrong, that he should not just be upset at Mildred, but at the whole bourgeois class. Long wants Yang to be class conscious. When Yang hears this, he tells Long to bring on the gun. Yang and Long attention is suddenly caught by the jeweler and the furrier windows. While peering in the windows, Long raises about the prices of the furs and diamonds, prices that easily equal the work of many firemen's voyages, or even the price of feeding a family for a year. Young seems momentarily impressed by the furs and diamonds, but admits they don't belong, just like Mildred. Long notices monkey fur in the window and tells Yang the rich certainly would not pay for a hairy ape's skin. Clenching his fists, Yang's anger grows. Churchgoers begin to filter down the street. Long tries to calm Yang down and tells Yang to treat the people with proper contempt. Treat them like horses, as Yang glares at the rouge. Overdressed women and men, a procession of gaudy maroontiers. He snorts in disgust. He places himself directly in the middle of the churchgoer's path. The people ignore Yang and walk around him. Yang purposefully jumps in front of a gentleman with a top hat, but the man only mutters, "Beg your pardon." Long is frightened and is certain the cops will come soon, but he cannot control Yang. Yang approaches a woman and asks her if she would like to crawl under the dogs with him. The lady walks by Yang without a glance. Yang yells that she does not belong and that none of the people belong. Yang proudly points to the towering skyscrapers above. Yang tells them that he is the skyscraper. He is the steel, he is the engine that puts the skyscraper together and pushes it higher. Yang tells the people that they are dolls and do not move like he does. They do not possess the force that he does. Still, without an audience, he yells the people that they are garbage and ash the firemen threw out to sea. Enraged, Yang forcefully bumps into more people but is still unable to get a reaction. The people mechanically sweat. "Beg your pardon." Yang pushes himself into a gentleman calling for a bus. Yang is knocked down but sees the opportunity to start a fight. Yang punches to man in the face, but the man does not react and tells Yang that he made him lose his bus. The man calls on the nearby police, who club Yang to the ground, all the while no one noticing. In scene 5, Long attempts to teach Yang a lesson. According to Peter Gregory, Long means to demonstrate that Yang's individual humiliation from Mildred is part of a general pattern. Acting as the voice of Marxism, Long has cleanly divided Mildred and Yang into the proletariat and the bourgeois class. The proletariat is the lower working class, and the bourgeois is considered the upper aristocratic class. Young is a Marxist student, although he does not recognize the proper class names, bourgeois and proletariat, or know the philosophy. He embodies the spirit of Marxism. Marxism predicts that the lower classes, the workers, will rise and take over the bourgeois in a great revolution. Young attempts to start this revolution on his own. On Fifth Avenue, he attempts to disrupt and bother her Mildred's kind. Long does, however, give Young the needed encouragement to start his rampage. When the men first arrive at Fifth Avenue, Young wants to leave. He tells Long it is too clean and quiet and doled up, and gives him pain. Long reminds Yang that they came to get back at Mildred. He also informs Yang that everyone he will see on Fifth Avenue is just like Mildred, effectually giving Yang a bigger target. Yang tells Long to bring on the gang. A Marxist is made. Thank you. In the next lecture, we will discuss another scene.